Well. Good evening, Facebook. This is Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey God Never Misses McCabe. My goodness, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Let me soak that in. Absolutely beautiful view of the sunset here. You can feel the sky changing a bit as we come out of January. Sun's up a little later. It's nice. Waiting for spring like everybody else. The longest month of the year. Let's see how we set this up. It's not too bad here. The light's not in front of me, but let's see. Is that too dark? Yeah, I don't like that either. I don't have good lighting. I did buy a ring light, but I need an extension cord, and anyways, we'll continue the upgrade of production. Oh, the door's open. I'll be right back. My goodness. It's me again. Hey, what's up? Well, this is your Daily Stoic. As always, we're reading the Daily Stoic, 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. Just coming off of a weekend of night shifts. I did the Stoic this morning for yesterday. Whatever, we're going to make it work. I did challenge myself to do all 366 videos. I've had two people. I said it this morning too, and my other one that you're like, I missed the lives, whatever. So I might look at a way to do them live, but I'd like them to stay saved. So I got to look and see. Does anybody know? Does YouTube save the lives? Are they rewatchable, or are they able to be watched later? Is that the proper grammar? But you know, it's been a tough transition from Facebook to YouTube, and I guess my one friend was saying it just doesn't have the same vibe, it not being live, catching it live or whatever. I did a lot of cool different locations too last year when I was doing these on Facebook, but I'm working it out. So we'll see. We're going to continue to grow, and hopefully you're here with me, and hopefully we can grow this channel and make it into something. Stoicism. If you don't know what it is, please get out of here and go Google it. Ancient philosophy created, I guess, in Greece. Zeno, I believe, was the creator. I should know all this, right? I should probably get to know the history of it. But Stoic means porch. So they used to teach it on the porch. And it's all about controlling your emotions. It's one of the most misunderstood philosophies from people who don't know about it. Oh, it's emotionless. You're not supposed to have emotions. That's not quite it. Excuse me. It's more about controlling your emotions, staying in control of what, or grasping only what you can control, not wasting energy on other things, not overreacting to things that are outside of your control, staying calm, cool, and collected at all times. I love the idea. I love the teachings. I love the message. And it's a super popular philosophy as well. The guy who wrote this book, Ryan Holiday, I believe, makes an entire living off of this philosophy. As for me, this sort of just fell in my lap, and I started doing it sort of just to practice my public speaking or my ability to read in public, or almost like immersion therapy. I would like to be a performer of some such. If you really ask me, I'd like to be like a motivational speaker I've also done raps my whole life. As I get older, those don't seem to be as relevant. I got 5 songs with 2 acapellas. Shout out to my boy Jinx Beats from here in Hamilton. I'm still gonna rap and stuff. I'd like to be a performer of such, but I've gotten really into motivational speaking or preaching to some extent, and I'm trying to build myself up into that. If you've been following my journey, I went to rehab last year. It's been a year since I went to rehab. A year ago right now, I was in rehab. The therapy was amazing. The education was amazing. And it sparked something within me that wanted to help people. I've always wanted to help and give back. But the journey that I went on last year with God and therapy and Stoicism, and Stoicism is only like a drop in the bucket of the self-help things that I've researched, the the amount of time I spent looking at those type of things is astronomical. A lot of Jordan Peterson, early Jordan Peterson, especially. One of my favorite motivational speakers is Dr. Billy Alsbrooks. He's got kind of the same story. Faithful, used to be a rapper, and started making these motivational speeches. What really struck me in the last little while was that when I listened to Billy Alsbrooks, he's doing it in studio. For some reason, I'd always thought these motivational speeches were only done in front of large crowds, and that's how they got the audio. I never really thought of being able to do it in studio. I've yet to make an attempt, but I did do. Last year, I did 3 different times. I did stand up at the Center of the Talking Arts. Very difficult art form. I love comedy. Very tough to get on stage and be funny. I'm funny like with my homies. I'm funny in real life situations talking. I think I'm a funny guy. I've always tried to make people laugh. Getting on stage and doing it is a whole different ball of wax. When you say a joke and nobody laughs, you're like, oh snap. But aside from that, Center of the Talking Arts also has very open mics where I did a speech on God. I have a ton of ideas that I would like to get into. Since I went back to work, I was off work for almost a year. So since I went back to work, I've kind of fallen back on some of that. But as I get used to the schedule, I will go back to the Center of the Talking Arts, get back up on stage and get in front of the microphone. I'd love to start doing podcasts, anything I can do where I can use my voice to help people. I'm not going to pull out the journal, but I did last year when I was falling down and trying to get back up. I was like, I want to do something different. I want to do something big with my life. I've always wanted to do something big with my life. I just never had the courage or the determination or the ability to get shit done. I'm always a half-assed kind of a guy. Like I almost get it done and then I just don't complete the task, right? Same with my hip hop career. We did amazing music. We've created some amazing music, never got it finished, never got it produced, never got it put out in a sense. Like we would record an album, it wouldn't come out that good, we wouldn't put it out. We were always afraid or whatever the heck the reasons were. So now as I'm developing this new knowledge and a new way of living, I journal every day. I never did that before. I really want to push the pace and really find my way to become some type of orator, right? Whether that's motivational speaking, the comedy thing would be awesome. I haven't written any new jokes or tried the comedy, but anything where I can use my voice to help people. That's what I was going to say in a journal I wrote. How can I use my voice to make money? And I was halfway through the page listing different ideas that maybe I could find, ways to make money. And then I just stopped and I was like, no, how can I use my voice to help people? The Stoic is one way that I've been able to do that rather easily. These little videos are quick to make and I've been able to do just that. It has helped some people and I hope it continues to help people. So let's get to the task at hand, as you say. January 27th, 2025. Like I said, the longest month in history. I know everybody's dragging through. The weather here in Southern Ontario finally got super cold. Everybody's like, hey, it sucks. We're almost there, baby. February, March, and then, spring and summer's here. January 27th, the 3 areas of training. There are 3 areas in which the person who would be wise and good must be trained. The first has to do with desires and aversions, that a person may never miss the mark in desire nor fall into what repels them. The second has to do with impulses to act and not to act, and more broadly, with duty, that a person may act deliberately for good reasons and not carelessly. The third has to do with freedom from deception and composure and the whole area of judgment, the assent our mind gives to its perceptions. Of these areas, the chief and most urgent is the first, which has to do with the passions, for strong emotions arise only when we fail in our desires and aversions. Epictetus Discourses 3.2.1-3a. Today, let's see what the modern day Stoics have to say about it, and then I'll do my little breakdown. We'll get out of here. Excuse me. Today, let's focus on the 3 areas of training that Epictetus laid out for us. First, we must consider what should desire and what we should be adverse to. Why? So that we want what is good and avoid what is bad. It's not enough to just listen to your body because your attractions often lead you astray. Next, we must examine our impulses to act. That is, our motivations. Are we doing things for the right reasons, or do we act because we haven't stopped to think? Or do we believe that we have to do Or do we believe that we have to do something? Finally, there is our judgment. Our ability to see things clearly and properly comes when we use our great gift from nature, reason. These are the three distinct areas of training, but in practice, they are inextricably intertwined. Our judgment affects what we desire. Our desires affect how we act, just as our judgment determines how we act. But we can't just expect things to happen. We must put real thought and energy into each area of our lives. If we do, we'll find real clarity and success. Ooh, I like this one for today, and it really made me think about my addictions therapy rehab. Stoicism lends itself to therapy very easily, and I think for myself and my addictions and my issues in life, I've always just been chasing the next what feels good, right? The dopamine, whatever you want to call it, whether it be cigarettes, coffee, weed, harder drugs, drinking, sex, whatever it is. I've always just never. I just want to soothe myself. I don't feel right. I don't feel good, so I just chase whatever it is. I mean, I still smoke cigarettes and drink coffee, like to a point where I'm like, it's probably not good, and I'm still learning. And I'd like to really get myself into a point where I don't just chase desires and just chase the next what feels good. And yeah, you need to think about it. You need to act properly. If you live on a life of just chasing the next desire, you can see how easily it could ruin your life, right? Like, I'm chasing the next drink, I'm chasing the next pill, I'm chasing the next girl or boy or whatever you're into, right? And it's like, living that way, eventually you're just going to make a mess, and you'll just keep chasing it, keep chasing it, keep chasing it. If you can slow down, think about it, control yourself, right? And that's something I need to work on still. Like, I did a lot of work, I'm very happy, but I still, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing hard drugs. I just quit smoking weed again. Weed's been an on and off battle. Feels great. So far, so good. It's the boring times that really get me with weed. It's like, what am I going to do? Just smoke a joint and I'll just chill, right? But anyways, what I mean is like, okay, cool. I'm not drinking. I'm not doing drugs. Still smoking cigarettes. Still drinking coffee. And that's the same behavior. And it's still negative, effects. Too much coffee is going to destroy my insides, destroy my adrenal glands, right? A little bit of coffee, moderation is key. A little bit of coffee, not so bad. The amount of coffee I drink, probably not good. Same with the cigarettes. I've been smoking cigarettes since I was 13. I've never stopped. For a long time, I never wanted to quit. The last few years, I've tried to quit on and off. I have zero discipline, zero real control, and I'd like to master that coming up. So hopefully I can share some news with you in the next coming weeks where I'm like, I'm going to quit smoking. I have the bravery or the courage to do it yet, but I will. I promise. Let's get it done. I hope you're having a great Monday. I just worked all nights. I just worked 3 nights over the weekend. I'm like, is it Friday? I don't know what day it is. Shift work is not easy. So like, share, comment. Maybe I can get rich off of doing YouTube and not have to work these stupid shifts. That would be amazing. God bless you. Anyways, love, hope, faith, peace. I'll catch y'all later.